Let's turn to the latest in the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni shit sandwich that everyone's choking on, okay? It's okay if you've either never known or lost sight of what or who in the world started all this in the first place. I get my updates from all kinds of places. I got a cabal of creators I follow, a phalanx of find-outologists, including Candace Owens, No Filter with Zach, and It's Down a Bowling, and the impeccably organized StephWithDaDeetz, who is with us right now. Steph, you've been traveling. How you doing, Steph?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh my gosh, you got some amazing stuff going on here. Can we jump in and is Steph Jones the publicist, the original publicist who had the Wayfair and Justin Baldoni account? Is she the possible shit stir here in all of it?
It definitely seems that way. Because I remember from the beginning when this first came about and hearing about how, the text messages the New York Times had put in their article from Jennifer Abel and Melissa Nathan and how they weren't even subpoenaed. That all came from Stephanie Jones because she confiscated Abel's phone. And I do think she started a lot of this. And there's also the fact that Stephanie Jones allegedly has a connection to, I believe her name is Megan Howie, the author of the New York Times article.
Megan Twohey.
Yeah, Megan Twohey. I said Howie. Sorry.
Twowie.
My mistake.
It's the weirdest spelling. It's a Twowie.
Yeah, so she apparently has she did this with the whole who was it, Harvey Weinstein? He was a co-founder, or he invested in the Jones Works company. And once he got too much power, since he put money into it, she apparently fed information to Megan, who then wrote a huge article. This is where she had gotten the Pulitzer Prize from. So I think Stephanie Jones has a way of taking people down, but doing so being in the background, not really being part of it. But I think now it's coming out. So
Stephanie Jones was understandably, I guess, mad that Jennifer Abel, her star publicist who was on the Wayfair account, is kind of very tight with Wayfair and doing their own thing. And Wayfair and Justin Baldoni's really leaning on her. And it looks like she's going to leave and go her own way. And Stephanie Jones gets mad. And she's took her phone, it's a company phone, so give it back to me, takes the contents, and somehow all the contents of that phone end up in the New York Times. Most likely via, Blake's publicist, Leslie Sloan, I would assume, gets it there. So if Stephanie Jones had not done that, no one would have ratcheted up on both sides, and this probably never would have been out there. Right? Is it possible that this couldn't have happened?
I don't know if Blake would have still gone through with the whole sexual harassment of it, because technically that's separate when you think of it, the smear campaign versus the sexual harassment.
Yeah, they're not.
But I don't think Blake didn't really. She still has no evidence for the sexual harassment. That's what people are sitting and wondering. They're so. Because they keep talking about the smear campaign now. They're not really touching on the SH sexual harassment part of it. And it's what happened to that? Because that's what actually was a huge part of the New York Times article. And that's why a lot of people in the beginning were on Blake's side, because when a woman comes forward and says that, you most likely would think she would be telling the truth, especially such a person in the spotlight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Stephanie Jones definitely was pot stirring big time.
Wow. Well, you also had this, you made this post 2 days ago. Ryan Reynolds, we all know he tried to get dismissed from Justin Baldoni's lawsuit, tried to take him out, the day before Blake tried to take herself out of the lawsuit. But anyway, in Ryan's efforts, he calls Justin a predator, right? And then you dug up from Deadpool the fact that he cast his 7-year-old daughter, Inez, this little girl who's 7 years old, to play the character of Kid Pool. There's so many pools in this thing, I'd be old man pool or whatever I am. And this little kid, and one of the lines that she had, do we have the clip in there? Because I don't want Steph to have to say this, and I don't want to have to say it.
Here's a clip of Ryan and Blake's 7-year-old daughter, Inez, who played Kid Pool, and what she had to say.
Deadpool Prime here.
Poor guy.
Our fight isn't with you.
When I want your opinion, I'll take Wolverine's dick out of your mouth.
That's Kid Pool.
Guiltily, that is my daughter, Inez.
Okay. So that's Ryan Reynolds. He controls this whole thing. He has his 7-year-old say, if I want to hear your opinion, I will have Wolverine's blank out of your mouth. I mean...
Yeah.
I don't think I'm looking at my daughter's actually in the room with me right now, Steph. She's 26 now, but I remember when she was 7. And I could never tell her to say that 550 times, on camera.
It's crazy. And then some people were pointing out in my comments, I didn't talk about this because I guess it's up to like your perception of it. Because they're like, it's a very interesting line because it kind of paints Deadpool, or was he Nice Pool at the time? I don't know. I never even watched this movie, so it really does confuse me with all the pools. But anyways, because they're like, why would Wolverine's D be in his mouth? Like, is he homosexual?
Well, it's a
like,
gay joke, and he and Hugh Jackman Jackman's Wolverine, and they have this like homoerotic, bromantic relationship.
Yeah, bromance, big time.
Right? Is that a joke you really want to throw on top of it? Maybe he does. He's trying to. Where does this go, Steph? You've been all over this whole Baldoni Lively thing, and literally this trial is 1 year away if it ever gets there.
Crazy.
Like, can there still be something every day? Like, it's crazy.
So I thought it would definitely taper down until 2026, but I think they must be realizing that they really don't have evidence. They keep saying they have this evidence that we're all still waiting. And we're like, yeah, they have these, because I think once they did the protective order and, the attorney's eyes only and the way that they have to go about it, like they actually have to prove that's attorney's eyes only. They can't just say oh, we don't want the press to see this or whatnot. I think that's going to be hard for them, and I think that's what really pushed them to now have the motions to dismiss. Because it's pretty crazy that they're filing motions to dismiss when they started this. Did they not expect? I feel like they didn't expect Justin Baldoni to fight back.
Oh my God!
I think they didn't expect it, and I think he fought back very well. Now they're like, oh, shoot, now what are we gonna do? But they don't want to settle. And I don't want them to settle. I actually would love this to go to court, but they don't want to settle because I feel like they're just too narcissistic to settle.
Yeah, no, I don't think they've gone too far. It's called past the point of no return. StephWithDaDeetz, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you want to find her. She's all over this stuff. It's riveting. Thank you so much, Steph.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
It was nice seeing you again. Bye.
Good seeing you.